Hi! Hi everyone, it's Maxine coming from Unlocking the Fearless You. Here I am today. Now, I said to you on Tuesday, because we had Ginger on Tuesday, and I said to you on Tuesday is I wasn't going to let you know about Thursday because I was going to do a little bit different. And you know me, I like to do a little bit different when I can, and you know, give yourself something to think about. And not only that is you have to come online just to see what I'm doing. That's the thing. It's the fishing rod scenario. It's getting you in. That's exactly what it's about. So yeah, so I'm coming to you today, and do you know what? It's going to be all about us. Not just me, not just about people that I'm interviewing, but all about us. And basically, by doing that, it's very much going to be is that if you want to ask me questions, you can ask me. If you want to talk about you and talk about something about your story and something that you would like to share with other people, you're not quite there when it comes to being on stage yet. You're not quite there of being to someone face to face and actually say what you want to say to somebody. And, you know, whether you've had adversity, whether you've had something really good happen, or whether you've had some kind of achievement, you know, whatever it is going to be, you can actually put it on this post today. Yeah. So it's all about us. So what I'm also going to be talking to you about as well is cognitive framing. And basically with that, it's all about turning your life from a negative to a positive. And I thought, well, we'll have a border as well. We'll make it all like really lovely and do something a little bit out of this world. And that's exactly what I did today. So it's all about out of this world. It's all about us. It's all about you. It's all about telling your story. So remember, negative to a positive. That's number one thing we're going to do. You're going to share your story. If you can't share in front of people face to face yet and you can't stand on stage yet, not a problem. Let's share it on here first. Let's get your first step out of the way and let's get it started. And then basically with that is that if you've got an achievement that's happened, you know, and you want to share it with me and you want to share it with the world, then fantastic. Okay, so we'll go from there. Hi, Bradders. It's nice to see you, my lovely. I'm glad you're here. I'm just being my normal self. We're doing out of this world today. So this is the reason why we've got the lovely little framing going on. So I'm glad you shared it, Brad. I got a bit told off this week is that I shared something too much, and I've been put in Facebook jail till Saturday. So I tried sharing and I could only do a certain amount. So I'm glad you're sharing it for me. That's amazing. No one likes Facebook jail. It's not good. Right, okay, so let's get a little bit started because I've started a little bit late today because I'm doing so many different things that we're just trying to get in there. Good evening, Adam. I'm glad you're back, my lovely. I see that you come and see me every single week, twice a week. It's absolutely amazing. We're talking about you putting your story up. If there's something you want to say, then obviously come and say it. Put your thanks, brothers. I know. Facebook jail. I'll be getting the tin can soon. Yeah, so hi Roy, nice to see you, Madonna. It's nice that you're all coming in. It's all fantastic. Right, so let's talk about you, Slot. Let's talk about if you've got some kind of achievement that's happened over the last few years, then put it on here. If you've got a story to tell, then put it on here. It's what it's all about. It's all about us today. So let's start a little bit. So while I'm waiting for any of them to come in and while I'm waiting for any comments or questions or any stories to come in, I'm just going to go through what I've got the agenda set up for, and then we'll go through what you've got going on as well. I'm going to fire it up. Don't you worry about that. Okay, so feeling shaped because of your past. Now, a lot of people in their life are shaped because of what's happened to them in a past, whether it's a past relationship, whether it's past adversity, whether it's something they've gone on through in their life. It's very much that a lot of people go, well, I can't do this now because that happened to me then. And that's basically a lot of things that happen in people's lives is like, you know, they think they do it once and then it's like, you know, I can't no longer do that. I went through the same thing. It's happened to me too. You know, and no doubt it's probably happened to you. And, you know, share that story. Absolutely fine. So it's all about, you know, feeling shaped because of obviously what's happened to you. So if you've got that, stick it on there. It's absolutely fine. Our memories. You always find with our memories, it's very much all of the experience that we've had in our past, you know, it sticks in here. Our long-term memory is full of our past experiences. Now, can you tell me what you done yesterday? A lot of people go, I'm not really sure. I know I did something. But when you think about something that's happened, whether it's good or bad in the past, you remember it for years to come. And it's something that people do. It's like, you know, your life is your story that you tell, and the more you tell that kind of story, the more your life will become that particular story. So it's like we frame our own past, we frame and we make it into a reality. And by doing that, is we find a lot of people and people that we talk to, same as Brad, he talks to a lot of people, and it's very much that what happens is people go, I went through this in my past, and I can't get over it, and I don't know what to do, and I can't move forward, and you know, and it could be something really bad, it could be something that's not so bad, but people just keep it here. And the problem is when you keep that kind of thing there, you know, that memory, it sticks there. And what it does, it's like, you imagine telling yourself every single day, you know, you look in the mirror and you go, well, you don't look very good today. You know, you've got your hair up, you haven't straightened it, you haven't got loads of makeup on. You know, it's not going to be great there today. But if you told yourself that every single day, it's something that you'd remember or go into your long-term memory. And by doing that, is that you'll start feeling unsure about yourself. You'll start feeling, you know, self-conscious and what you look like, and then you'll go to how you feel. And by going into that kind of scenario, you then start feeling depressed. And then you're like, oh, can I actually go live because I haven't done this and I haven't done that? And then this makes a snowball effect. And this snowball effect just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And by doing that, you know, it then turns into a massive negative thought. And then you're in a downward spiral. So just don't do it, okay? Just don't do it. It's very much, you know what, my hair's not been done today. Scrap it back, it's done, it's finished with. Because you know what, you don't care about my hair. What you care about is what I'm willing to give you today. And that is all about content. So that's what I'm going to do to you. So what we've got here, right, let's go. We've got, let's go through some of what we got on here. Yeah, Brad was laughing at me about my Facebook jail. Thanks for that, Brad, you know. Greetings, may God's grace and blessings overtake you all. Thank you, Roy. That's absolutely amazing, my darling. Viewers will share if you fire it up, girl. I'm trying. I'm doing my firing. Adam's put, my back is absolutely throbbing due to playing football in aid of mental health awareness. But you know what? I'm going to go through this a little bit later. I've actually got that on there, and it's to do about football. How weird is that? But the fact is, you went out and did that. That's absolutely amazing. You know, that's, you know, your back's throbbing. You know, put a cold ice pack on it, or put, you know, a warm water bottle on it. Whatever you want to do, you'll be absolutely fine because you've done something amazing for somebody else, and that there overtakes everything. So absolutely brilliant to you. Well done. Fantastic achievement. Hi, Nikki. Nice to see you again today, my darling. I met Nikki last week at Pinewood Studios. I'm glad you've come back. That's what I like to see. Yeah, so we've just talked about memory. So what we're going to talk about now is change your past by changing your story. And it's very much, as I said to you just now, it's very much we live by what you tell yourself. So from there on, every single day you look in that mirror. This is my mirror today. Do you know what? You can achieve anything you want to achieve. You're absolutely amazing. I can do this. Do you know what? I'm going to go out there today and I'm going to just take the ball by the horns, and I'm going to thrash it, and it's going to be brilliant, and I'm going to feel absolutely brilliant for it because I'm going to help someone else, I'm going to help me, and it's going to be such a good day. Yeah, just by saying something so simple like that every single day in front of the mirror, it will change your story rather than looking at yourself and going, it's raining, it's really boring today, I'm bored, I've got nothing to do, you know. And by doing that, all you're doing is depressing yourself. Take off your depression. We don't want no depression coming on here. So like I said, you know, change your past by changing your story. And that's basically what it's about. It's all about good experiences versus bad experiences. Let's get in the boxing ring and let's fight for it. And basically with that, what you do is, you know, when we talk to people about our adversities. I can't even speak today. And what we've got there, Adam's put, sorry, I'm going to stop right there because Adam's put something on. Right, so we've got, Adam's put, my past, I was abused and wanted to end my life. Now I'm helping others to rebuild their confidence to not end their life. Exactly that. And you know what? You're the best person to do that. That is absolutely amazing because you know how that felt, because you know the experience they went through, and because, you know, when it comes down to sitting there and getting on their level, getting on their wavelength, you've been there, you've done it, you've got the t-shirt, you understand. And by doing that, you can do so much more than someone that's never actually been in that situation. And you know what? That's why in our life we go through so much, because what we do is we learn by everything that we do. We have the experiences of it. And then what happens? People come up to us and they go, I've just gone through the situation. It's like your brain goes into overdrive. It's like, I went through that 4 years ago. This is how I got over it. This is what we did. This is what I thought about. And this is the best way to go around it. And this is how we help people. And that's exactly what it's all about. It's absolutely amazing. So well done for that, Adam. Absolutely brilliant. It's good that you're still here. It's what it's all about. Roy has put, helping others is key. Looking at Bradley Chapman, an awesome example. There you go. He's up in the Bradders. Exactly that. And Brad goes through his own experiences and his own learning curves. And he's been through quite a lot himself this year, you know, but this year is all about learning. Next year is all about putting it into place. He knows that. I know that. And so do you. And that's exactly what it is. It's helping others is definitely key. So as we were talking about, bad experiences versus good experiences, you know, when we talk about talk to people, it's like, do you ever get that when you're in a relationship, you find that people will go, oh, how was it today? Oh, yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. We've done this, and it's been great. No, the first thing you talk about is, yeah, we had an argument last week. Or, yeah, we did this, and he didn't feed the dog, or he didn't take the dog for a walk, and, oh, I was so fed up with it. And we tell people our problems, and we tell people how bad we feel, and not only that, the papers, you know, the newspapers, the you know, all the different papers are around the world, you know, they love feeding off of negative thoughts, because what it does, it gets the eyeballs on their papers. It's like, oh, what's going on now? It becomes an addiction, you know, and a lot of people is when they get an addiction, it then becomes a, you know, it turns into people wanting, what's the word I'm looking for? See, I've got so much running around in my brain today. I can't even think of the words I'm looking for. Once people get an addiction to something, it's very much they want that attention. And it's like every time something bad happens, people are, oh, are you okay? Talk to me about it. What can I do to help? You know, and they look at that and they go, oh, wow, I got some loads of attention. It made me feel amazing. I'm going to go and do that again. You know, that's a bad thing. Don't do that. It's very much that, you know, you want to make sure you've got good experiences. You've got good life lessons. You've got good things going on in your life. And that's basically what it's all about. You know, you don't want this drug to keep a hold of you of negative influences and stuff. So keep your comments coming in. Keep your stories coming in. You know, this is what it's all about this week. It's all about us. It's all about telling about our stories. It's all about, you know, if you don't want to be in front of people, you know, you can't stand on stage yet and it's something that you want to do, put it on the comments. You know, that's exactly what Adam did. Absolutely amazing. You know, share it out. It's what it's all about. So let's go into the other bit. Well, before we do, Adam's back on the case. Right, Adam, what we've got. So my bad experiences since 2008, I had a one-to-one counselling with mental health services. Now in Tuesday, I'm going to try a group counselling to try and help others in helping myself. Exactly. You know, by doing that, that's absolutely amazing. But not only that, by listening to other people's stories, you can pick up different things from everybody. So basically doing that, you know, it's not just a one-to-one and they're just talking to you. When you've got a group session, you know, you listen to what they've got and you go, wow, and they've come through that. I can do this. They can do that. I can do this. That's amazing. You know, or it might be that you know, that someone is going through a really bad time. And you know what? My adversity was nowhere near as bad as that. You know, I can get out of this one. There's so many different things that you can do. And, you know, absolutely brilliant. You know, group counselling, any kind of help that you can get is brilliant. It's good. It's fantastic to talk. And that's why I'm giving you this platform today. It's not just for me. Today, it's all about you. It's all about me giving you the platform. It's all about getting you involved. It's all about giving you the time and give you the healing and give you the, you know, the strength to actually get your name out there and say, this has happened to me. But I'm strong enough to put it out there, face it, see it actually on the screen and go, that was me. But I'm here today. Yeah. And that's what it's all about. It's turning that negative into a positive. Roy put another awesome example, Maxine English. Look at her working through obstacles. This is exactly what it is. Life is all about obstacles. You know, every single journey that you go on in life, there is an obstacle every single step of the way. And you know what? If there wasn't, we wouldn't learn. If we didn't learn, We want to have experiences, we want to have fantastic memories, and we want to have storms before rainbows, and there wouldn't be none of that. So do you know what? I'm happy to have obstacles because it stretches my mind, it stretches everything about me. It brings things forward. It wasn't like 6 months ago that I couldn't even get in front of a camera and talk to people, to friends and family. And here I am talking on global TV, and by doing that, it's, you overcome that obstacle. You learn to appreciate what you've got. You learn to grow into yourself and enjoy what you've got. It's all a positive, and if things go wrong, it goes wrong. You just got to get on with it. There you go, Roy. Well, big up the Roy there. Well done, Adam, overcoming your obstacles. Absolutely amazing. I hope that makes you feel absolutely amazing there, Adam. Pastor Roy is what we call him. He's a minister, but we call him Pastor Roy because that's what we like, and that's where he's going to be getting. We're being positive for him, so keep going there, Roy. You got Stephen. Hi, Stephen. Nice for you to come in, my darling. I'm watching your live broadcast from Florida. I love the fact that you're coming from Florida. Stephen, you're more than welcome. Today is all about us. It's all about putting us out there. It's all about giving me your story. It's all about putting yourself out there. If you've had adversities or whether you've had something really good, an achievement in life, even today, whatever you decide to do, stick it on there. I'm going to actually put it up and it's going to be in black and white for you, and it's going to be on it forevermore. So, this is your time. It's all about us. So glad that you're here. And he also says hi to Bradders, which is also absolutely amazing. So let's go into our main feature. So obviously keep doing that in the background, what I've asked you to do. Type all your bits up. So can't even say the word today. Cognitive framing. There we go. This is the posh version. So cognitive framing, if you don't know what it is, it's basically what we tell ourselves. It's the language of the brain. Yeah, it is a loss or a gain. It's very much a negative into a positive. So many people, they do, when they do their cognitive framing, it's for a negative way of looking at things. And then what happens is it snowballs. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to run through a few different slides. They'll come on the bottom. So, that will be the thing that we're going to be talking about. So how to actually change cognitive framing from like when you feel negative about your life and what's been going on, and, all the things that you've gone through in your life. Roy, absolutely that, my darling. Believe in something bigger than yourself. Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that at all. I'll be live tonight at 7 p.m. That's your time. I don't know what time that is in UK, but that's absolutely brilliant. About acceptance. Yeah, acceptance in yourself, acceptance with other people. Absolutely. Okay, so let's go on to these, what you can do to change cognitive framing. So we want to change that negative thought process, that language of the brain, what you've got in here. We want to change it from a negative to a positive. So if you need to go and get yourself a pen and paper, you need to write it out down, you do that. If you need to just listen and you watch it on the replay as well, you do that too. That's absolutely fine. So the way to change it, the first thing you need to do is be calm. I'm not very calm right now. I don't need to be calm. It's all positive. Yeah, so deep breathing is your biggest thing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. That is your first thing to do to actually get the air, the oxygen to your brain, so then you get a clearer mind. Okay, so let's calm it down a little bit. So keep yourself calm. That is your first thing you need to do when you've got cognitive framing, is you need to calm yourself down. And once you've done that, you then, sorry, a bit dry today. I should have brought a drink up with me, but I didn't. Right, so write down the situation that's triggered your negative thought. Okay, so think about the mood that you was in when something happened. Think about how you felt in that situation. I mean, it's like with me. Let's give you an example. When I was 10, I stood up on stage. I know I've told you this before, but it's just an example. Yeah, that's exactly that, Stephen. I will go through that in a sec. I'm going to lose my train of thought, but you keep writing everything down and I'll go through it after. That's not a problem. Yeah, so basically with that, it's very much that when I was 10 years old and I stood up on stage for the very first and the last time for a long, long time, and somebody turned around to me, come on, Maxine, you should have known your lines by now. I felt humiliated. I felt embarrassed. I felt anger. I felt ashamed. And that thought process of how I felt at the time, it kept me on a very negative path. And when it come down to me doing public speaking, I was like, I can't do that. You know, same as like holding a spider. If you got bit when you was younger, and you know it gave you pain and it hurt, and it was like something so small and it hurt you, it's like, I ain't touching that. You know, and it does happen. And basically with that, what you need to do is you need to write down how you felt at that time. Okay, so think about what triggered that negative thought. So for me, it was humiliation, it was anger, it was, you know, feeling ashamed of myself and what I'd done, and the fact is that I'd let other people down. Okay, so that's your first thing. Your next thing to do is write down your natural reaction. So it's like your natural reaction to something might be, yeah, but the reason why he said that to me because he doesn't like me, or he undermines me in front of the children. Yeah, so write that thought process down. Excuse me, and write your natural reaction of the situation and what you think the problem is. And then basically with that, find your objective. Once you find that, it's like you might be discussing financial planning and something like that, and you put a suggestion out there and it gets ignored, and you're like, oh, well, what about me then? I've put this in and you've ignored it. Or the fact is that someone's turned around and said to a big group, you know, what do you fancy doing today? Let's go out, let's have some fun. And everybody said, oh, they were going to this, they go to the park, they go to the fun fair, you know, we'll go to the zoo. And you put a suggestion in that the fact is you want to go to the cinema, and everybody completely ignores what you're saying, you know, and it makes you think, well, am I actually even here? Hello, what about me? And it does put a negative impact, because it makes you feel inside as though you're this big. It makes you feel that you're not important. It makes you feel like that nobody likes you and nobody loves you, and you know, all these things start rolling around in your head, and that's not really what you want to do. So find your objective, find out what it was, write it down, what happened, what led to your negative thought. So when you do that, write it down. You know, when you write things down, it makes things so much clearer than what it is when it's just left up there. So write it down. And then I'm going through these quickly because obviously there's a lot of people, you know, actually doing comments. So what I'm doing is that this is just something that I'm going quickly in so we can actually fill up this comment space. So I'll be coming back to you in a moment. Don't you worry about that. So you've got to find objective contradictory evidence. Like I said, I can't speak today. There's far too many long words in this sentence. So you say, for argument's sake, you've got, my friends respect my views and my opinions, and I fell over and it really hurt today, but it's only a minor scratch. It's the same as, let's talk about Adam earlier, is that, you know, he hurt his back, but you know what, he did it for somebody else, you know, because he was out there, you know, doing it for charity. So this is the thing, is contradict what you've done. So even though your back is hurting and you're in pain, but you know what, you did it for an amazing cause. So, you know, find your contradictory evidence, the reasons why you're doing it. And then identify a fair and balanced faults. By doing that, look at both sides of the situation. You know, I don't know if you've ever found yourself, you've got somebody, is that you're talking to them and they can't see your point of view. And no matter how many times you try and explain it, they've only got one way of thinking. They've got blinkered eyes. Yeah, they've got one trail of thought, and that is it. And by doing that, it's like, you know, it's like putting your head against a brick wall. So it's very much is that, you know, you need to find both sides of the situation, understand, put the shoe on the other foot, is what they say. And yes, Stephen, exactly. Yes, you can, 100%. And, you know, you have all the information you need. You know, you feel uncertain and you don't feel like you can discuss it with others. You know, you write all your thoughts down and all your feelings. You're not quite at that space yet that you can talk to people about it. But, you know, write it down. That is your start off. Okay. And this is a bit we're talking about football. Now, there's quite a few bits I've put on here. I've got quite a few notes today. So if you see my eyes going down, I'm sorry. I'm trying to look to you. Yeah, so it's like, I'm good at football, but people like watching me. Or I'm dribbling really good, but it just wasn't perfect. People are shocked the way I handled that penalty. You know, you're going from one side that, oh, it's absolutely amazing. And then you're like, yeah, it was good, but it wasn't brilliant. And then you're like, yeah, but what if they think badly of me? Yeah. So you know, you literally look at all sides of the story, but don't keep to that negative side. Look at both sides. Okay. Monitor your present mood. Yeah. Once you've literally written everything down and you've got everything on paper in front of you, is your head will be clearer, because there is so much in here that you're going through on a daily basis, you know, get it down on paper. By doing that, you'll clear your head, you'll clear what you're doing, your mood will improve. Yeah, because obviously it's not so stuffed up here. Your mood will improve. It reflects on what you do next. So once everything starts coming into fruition, you know, things will improve for you. You've just got to make sure they happen. And with that, is like, you know, the situation will balance itself out. And whether you need to take action with that or whether you don't, because once you've got it down, it's all sorted, then that's down to you. But the fact is that by having it in front of you, it's the same as like if you've got goals, you know, and you've got a vision. You know, it's all very well having it up here, but you won't actually, you know, get that vision or that goal 100% unless you've got it in front of you, because you know what you've got. So create positive affirmations. So when you're doing that, it's like counteract is if it starts happening again, yeah, and you find that you're getting in a negative situation, find positive affirmations of things that have happened. You know, think positively, improve productivity, overcome bad habits. You know, if the missus has turned around and said to you, I've been asking you to put this shelf up for 6 months and it's still sitting there. Which us women, we nag, don't we? We keep going on. We keep nagging every single day until it's done. But you know what, guys? What we do, the reason why, because if you'd done it the first time, we wouldn't say it no more. We wouldn't be nagging. See, so we're blaming you, all right? All right? Yeah. So basically with that, it's like, you know, put that shelf up. You sit there and go, do you know what? I've done it. That's one thing ticked off the list. And then go and do the next thing. Sit there and think, do you know what? I needed, like today, I needed to clean my bathroom. So I just spent hours making sure it was spotless. But I've been looking at it all week thinking, oh, I must do that. And I keep putting it off. Eat the frog. That's the main thing. Eat the frog. And not only that, it makes you feel better in yourself. When you've achieved something, when you've moved forward, when you've got it out, it makes you feel better in yourself. And that's what it's all about. It's now bringing that positivity out in you rather than you thinking of the negative thoughts. And what you do is when you go through this process, and if you feel any kind of fears, any kind of negative moods, any kind of anxieties, or you want to self-sabotage, you know, you've got to make sure you go through this scenario every time. Find out the reasons why you feel like that. Find out the solution, you know, by writing it down. You know, you'll find, you know, what you're doing, how you felt, your brain, your thought process, everything you've got there, having it in front of you, that will be like your basis. So if you've got that written down in pen and paper, you can go back to it anytime. So by going back to it anytime, every time you sit and think something's happening up here, you know, the brain is going negative, bring it out, go through it. Yeah, it'll be all sorted. Don't worry about that. It's just you bringing it into a positive. And what the thing is that you've got to do is you've got to know your self-worth. Yeah, you're amazing. I'm going to tell you, you are absolutely amazing. Yeah. And that's what you've got to think and tell yourself every single day. Okay. So I'm now going to go down to the comments. Oh, this side. There you go. Go down to the comments. Okay. So let's have a look through. Oh, we've got loads of you in today. That's what I love. Okay. So we've got, right. So we've done that one. So yeah, well done to Adam for overcoming obstacles. That's absolutely amazing there, Roy. Hi viewers and Bradley Chapman, which we done that one with them as well. Believing something bigger than yourself, exactly that, Roy. We talked about that one. Adam's put, I tell myself yes, I may have Asperger's and severe anxiety, also with a son with autism. Yes, it's a challenge, but we have to deal with it the best I can. And you know what? You're not alone. You're not. My daughter, I'm a single parent, and my daughter has got ADHD, she's got Tourette, she's got anxiety, and she also finds it really hard to be separated from me. So I do completely understand where you're coming from, and it can be hard. You know, you have to sit and you have to listen and you have to talk, and you know, you have to be in that little bubble where it's just you and that child, or you and that person, you know, and you have to give your time over. And in the back of your mind, you might be sitting thinking, I've got 1,000 things I should be doing, but I need to do this because it settles them, you know. But literally what I do with my daughter is we do the pause, which is PAWS. And what we do is, you know, if you actually look that up online, because I should have actually wrote it down because I didn't know he was going to ask this question, but if you actually look up PAWS, it's what they do for children with anxiety or ADHD or autism or anything like that. And what they do, it makes them stop, it calms them down, It lets them take some breath. It lets them think about what they're doing. It lets them evaluate what they're thinking. And it's the same thing as what we've gone through already. It's just a children's version. So perhaps give that a look at, Adam. You never know. You might actually find something a little bit interesting if it's something you didn't know about before. So hopefully that helps. Stephen's put, cognitive behavioural therapy can allow an individual to change their behaviour patterns to be positive. Exactly. And that's what it's all about. It's all about changing that mind to make it into a positive, you know. And now Google is your best friend. Google is amazing when it comes down to, you know, finding out information, as long as you're looking at positive stuff. So if you look up cognitive behavioural therapy and you look up, you know, the positive stuff and the things that you can do, you can perhaps help yourself that way too. So you never know. Actually have a look at that. It'd be absolutely brilliant. Roy's put, great content, Maxine, outstanding job. No wonder you're on the 12. Oh, absolutely amazing there, Roy. You know, and I love being part of the 12. And the reason being, it's like, you know, I love working with Brad. He's absolutely amazing guy. You know, he's got so much energy. He's got so much drive. And, you know, I really do respect what he does. And he's got such a massive heart. I mean, it's not just like a heart like this. It's a heart like this. Yeah, it's a huge heart. So basically with that, it's like when he picked us to be part of the 12, you know, all I want to do is I want to help people. I want to get out there and I want to try and help as many people as I possibly can. And whether it's telling them about the positive side of me, or whether it's telling them about my adversity of what I've gone through so people can understand me, or whether it's me doing my broadcasting like I am today, you know, there's so many of you out there that can be in these shoes, that do what I'm doing today. You know, if you want to be a broadcaster, then get in touch, come and be a broadcaster. If you want to write your own book, then come and see us and you can write your own book. You know, if you want to do what I'm doing, you know, it doesn't just stop here. You know, I'm reaching out to you now. If you want to do this, then come and do it. All you got to do is go onto the Global TV page, or go onto Bradley's page, or go onto my page, Maxine English, and literally just send us a message and say that you would like to be a broadcaster. Yeah, and by doing that, then you can actually put your thoughts and feelings out there, and you can give God content to people, and you can help other people that have been in situations or positive or achievements, whatever you decide that you want to be in. You know, I deal with back people's fears, confidence, and self-esteem. You've got people that deal with business. You've got people who do with project management. You've got people that deal with books. You've got loads of different things going on. So, you know, you do what is in your heart, and in my heart is I've gone through a lot of adversity in my life, so it's very much that I want to make sure that I say to people, it doesn't matter how much adversity you've gone through, because it's not about where you are then, it's about where you are today. You know, it's all about that positivity. It's all about every single obstacle you go into, every single lesson that you learn is for a positive outcome. And that's basically what it's about. And, you know, and I'm all about helping you do that. You know, you got anxieties, you got fears, you got confidence problems. Come and see me. You know, that won't last long. I'll make sure of it. You know, we'll work through it together. And that's what it's all about. It's all about working together. And I love being part of the 12. It's brilliant. So thanks very much for that, Roy. It's absolutely brilliant. Stephen's put, positive thoughts get positive results. It's the law of attraction in action. I love that saying, law of attraction in action. That's brilliant. And yeah, I mean, law of attraction is definitely that. I mean, you find it if you look at all your friends around you. I mean, obviously family you can't help, because it's very much that you are family is family. Look at I've got horns today. I'm trying not to have my horns out, but I do apologise. But yeah, it's very much that, you know, the friends that you have around you is what you become. So if you've got people that are on the same level as you, you know, you're going to think the same as what they are. If you've got something like a fitness person around you that's like got these big muscles, and then you look at them, you go, I'm going to see if I can get like that. I'm going to get some muscles. You know, if you've got someone that's overweight, and you've got friends that are overweight, you'll probably find that you'll sit and eat pizza with them. If you've got someone that's a very positive, then you'll bring positive people around you. If you've got someone that's got depression, anxiety, you know, on the suicide trail of, you know, really things, sorry to be so negative, but I'm just obviously putting it out there, you know, on that kind of way of thinking. And then you'll find that you'll go down to that level and you'll think the same sort of things, and you'll be like thinking negatively because that's what you hear. And by bringing yourself up, it's all about, you know, finding people that do things better than you. Some people get a bit worried about that. They're very much like, oh, well, they're better than me, and, you know, I'm never going to get there. But it's not about that, because you know what? If they're really good, then I'm going to match that. I mean, look at Bradley Chapman when he comes onto broadcast. I mean, he's 2 years in front of me, right? But I'm going to get there, and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be just as excited, just as happy being on there, and just getting myself out there as much as what he gets himself out there. And you know what? I look at him and I think, I'm shattered already. But you know, the amount of energy that this guy has got, you know, it's second to none. So it's like it brings us up there, you know, within the 12. You know, when he's got his energy spurt on, and he's like, wow, you know, we all do exactly the same thing. And that's the thing, you put people around you. The law of attraction is putting people around you that bring you up and bring you to them. And it's amazing, absolutely brilliant. So that's absolutely fantastic there, Stephen. For anybody that's just joining, what is it? This show today is all about us. It's not just about me talking to you about content, which I've already done that bit anyway, but it's also talking to me about your stories and about your adversities, your achievements. And if you can't stand up on stage, then that's absolutely fine. And then obviously we'll put it in the comments box and we'll have a chat about it. You know, and if you've got any questions to ask, then ask me. You know, I can only be honest. If I don't know the answer, I'll tell you I don't know the answer. You know, if I do, then I can help. You know, that's what it's all about. So Adam's put, my negative is what's in my mind. So to give up as to it's hard, but my heart state, stop being negative and believing in yourself. You can do it. Adam, it is exactly that. You are stopping yourself doing what you want to do and where you want to be. We've had a few conversations over Facebook. And the thing is when your mind is telling you negative thoughts, your brain is very much, it's always in safe mode. So no matter what you do, if you want to, you know, go and put a £10 bet on the horses, you know, your brain will go, can you spare that £10? Do you want to just keep that £10 in your pocket? You know, you'll be able to feed yourself for the next couple of days. You know, your brain is in safe mode. You know, oh, shall I cross that 4 lane of traffic? I mean, obviously that's a good thing because you don't want to cross that 4 lane of traffic, but I'm just saying in hypothetical, it's the fact is that your brain keeps you in safe mode. So the thing is listening to your heart, listening to your head, but you need to change that mindset. You need to grow. And by doing that, you need to have positive thought process and positive thinking. Told you I can't speak today. Yeah, so by doing that, Adam, your best thing to do is think about the whole situation. So if you're doing something, so I know, you know, give me something like a specific thing. I don't know, let's do children. Don't know what I'm going to say yet, but it's just first thing that popped in my head. Okay, so let's talk about children. So in your mind, you know that you need to help them with their homework, and you know it's going to be really good for them, but your head's saying, I don't know that homework. I don't know how to help my child do their homework because they're ahead of me, because it's been like 20, 30, 40, 50 years since I did this kind of homework. It might be algebra or something. Yeah. And so your brain goes, oh, I can't help you. Why don't you go to the teacher tomorrow and ask them? But by changing your mindset, what you do with that child is that you'll sit on Google and you'll Google it together, or you'll Google it yourself and find out exactly what it's all about, and then go, right, okay, I can now help. And then you'll sit and you'll do it together. Yeah. So you've got to change that mindset of that, you know, this is your barrier. You're going to hit yourself against a brick wall. But you know what? If you hit yourself enough, you'll break through it. So no matter how badly you're thinking or how much it's stopping you, just keep thinking positively. If your heart's saying to you, do it anyway, then just do it. Don't even think about it, because it only takes 5 seconds for your brain to then go, stop. It's not safe. Don't do it. You're going to look stupid. You're going to be humiliated. You know, so just, you know, if you think about that, you want to do something and your heart says, do you know what? I really want to do this. Go do it. At the end of the day, look at the best thing that could happen, the worst thing that can happen, what the most likely thing that happens is going to happen. And that's the best way to go about it. So I hope that helps your situation there, Adam. Okay, so what else have we got here? Stephen's put, I like to start my day with inspiring videos like this and a positive thinking mode and attitude, so that I can continue to grow and learn and become a better person. That is absolutely brilliant, Stephen. Do you know what? I do exactly the same. I don't do it as much as I should do it, but I'm quite a positive person anyway. So it's very much that if I'm going on stage, I will watch videos about public speaking, but not just like talking videos. It'd be about, Tony Robbins. Yeah, he'll go in there and he's like, yeah, guys, let's do this, let's go out there, and yeah, you know, and I'm like, yeah, let's do this, you know, and you watch the videos that are to you, and I did exactly the same when I had my children. I was watching, you know, mums giving birth to get myself in that mindset of this is what I'm going to be going through and this is what I've got to expect. And by doing that, it made me, when it come down to the particular day that it happened, you know, I knew in my head what I had to do and how it worked. And obviously I know how it works, but you know what I'm saying? It's very much that what you expected. So, you know, perhaps do the same thing with that. When it comes down to things that you do in your life, listen to positive videos. You know, positive videos are amazing. There is so many on Facebook, so many on YouTube, Google. You know, even if you type into Google positive quotes and look under the videos, by doing that, you'll actually see lots of positive videos. Yeah, absolutely brilliant, absolutely amazing, exactly that. And the yes you can is exactly that, Stephen, and we talked about that. You know, everybody can be positive. All they've got to do is think that way and keep thinking that way. It's exactly that. Hi, Deborah. It's lovely to see you, my darling. If you want to put any of your stories up, that'd be brilliant. Roy's put, this is going to seem simple, but positive equals good, negative equals bad. Who said simplicity was not a good thing? Absolutely brilliant. You know what? Simplicity is exactly that. It's good versus evil, bad versus good, and negative versus positive. And it's exactly that. Deborah put, don't worry what people think. Be you, that is all that matters. See, this is where my dyslexia comes in. So, that, you know, this is me just reading this one. So don't worry about what people think. Be you, that is all that matters. And that's exactly that. It is all about being you. Deborah put, say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then up on one and do it, and it works great. That's exactly that. Exactly. And then, like I just said to you just now, your brain works on a 5-second rule. If you've not made a decision, by the time your brain gets to 1, or by the time, you know, your thought process goes to 1, is your brain will change what you're doing. Okay. So if you sit there and go, I'm gonna eat something on a menu, and you're looking through the menu, and in your head, or you ever had a takeaway and you know you look at the menu every single time, but the fact is you order the same thing every single time. You know what you're going to be ordering, but you look anyway. But it's the fact is, it's like look through it and go, right, I'm having this. Because what happens if you don't do that and make that decision there and then, you'll go, oh, perhaps I'll have this. Well, actually, I might give that a try. Oh, do you know what? I'll give that a try. No, I'm going to try this one. And then what happens is your brain is all over the place. And that's how your brain works. It's like it can't make its own mind up. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, make a decision. Yeah. And it's as simple as that. So Adam, give that a go, my lovely. Adam, I want to do it, Maxine. Absolutely brilliant. That's exactly what it's all about. Roy, I wrote a book. So yes, you can, inspire to achieve. Exactly. And I've seen the front cover of your book, and for a minister, you look like a really cool dude with your hat on and everything else. It's brilliant. So guys, if you want to go to Yes You Can, Inspire to Achieve Global TV, the motivation page, any of those, you'll find Roy's book on there. Go buy it. At the end of the day, Roy's gone through quite a lot in his life, and it'd be good to share. So looking forward to watching that, reading that even, sorry. Deborah put, everyone can get there if they want to. Yeah. And you know what? You've got to be bad. You've got to want it bad enough. Because once you get something bad enough, no matter what, nothing will stand in your way. If you're looking for a goal, and like I said about earlier, about having a vision board, you know, if you've got that vision board there and you see that goal, if you want a big house in the country, then get yourself a poster of a big house in the country, stick it on your wall. And every time you come out your bedroom, I go, I'm having that house. I want that house. I'm working towards that house. And you know what? You'll work harder because you want that house. You'll save harder because you want that house, because you're seeing it. It's a vision. Yeah. Make sure you do that. So you've got everything comes to there. So Stephen's put, tell us how you overcome your fear of public speaking. Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely fine with that. Basically, what happens is I promised somebody something, and I couldn't go back on it. I did exactly what Deborah Chester said. It was very much, I got a phone call. We're doing a book launch, and one of the books is about domestic violence. Will you come on stage and speak about your story? And I just went, yeah, okay. And I got off the phone. I was like, What am I doing? Oh my days. I'm going to go do public speaking. I'm going to stand in front of loads of people. I can't do this. And every single negative thing that you could think of is, I can't do this. I'm not brave enough to do this. What about if I humiliate myself? What about if I forget what I'm saying? What about if I trip up? What about if my hair's not in the right place? What about if they don't like the look of me? What about if they just don't like me? What about if I just don't do it right? And every single thing you could possibly imagine goes around in your head and goes, I'm not good enough, and it does happen. But because I'd already turned around and said yes straight away, I then didn't want to let her down. So what I did is I then did a PowerPoint presentation, wrote everything down that I wanted to do, and I was really worried about it. I was like, what if I forget what I'm going to say? What if I get it wrong? What if I put the slide up and the slide doesn't work and I don't know what to say next? All these things go around in your head. And I actually finished it at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I had to leave at 9 o'clock the next morning to go to Reading, which, Stephen, from here, Reading is like a 3-hour journey. So what I was doing a 3-hour journey there, doing a 10-minute presentation, and 3 hours back again. Most people go, you're crazy. But you know what? I knew it was going to be the start of something. I knew by me getting myself out there the one time, I knew then that it will sort of break that barrier. Because as I've always said to you before, it's very much the first step is the hardest. After that, it gets easier and easier every day, So it was very much, I went there and it was a bit of a nightmare. And I must admit it was, because what happened is we got to stand in front of the stage. So imagine this is the stage. And there was 2 big screens, but the big screens were behind me to either side. So I couldn't actually look. I couldn't keep doing this and looking at what I was doing. So I thought that'd be fine, because I'll have the laptop in front of me and I could look at the laptop every now and then and see where I was. But no, that didn't happen either. The laptop was at the other end of the room, like in a right diagonal. So even when it come down to you trying to change the page, you're doing this, trying to get it to obviously, go across. And then you'll go backwards and you'll go forwards and then it will stop. And it was just an absolute nightmare. But what it did actually give me is the lesson that I learned was, hang on a minute, why do you need to learn what you already know? You've already experienced this. Why do you need to learn it? So after I probably got around about 4 or 5 minutes into it, I sort of was enjoying it. And I was like, I was sitting there with the microphone. There's another thing with me as well. Microphones and me just didn't mix. I was like, put a microphone on me, I just fell to bits. So it was like, I had this microphone for the first time. It's the first time I've spoken this mic. And I was like, excuse me, guys, the thing's behind me. I'm going to have to look. So I just turned around, see where I was, and then just explained what was on there. Because most of it I did was pictures. So I obviously explained everything that was actually on there. And from that time, it was when people come up to me after and said, oh, are you a public speaker? I was like, well, that was my first time. And they were like, really? We wouldn't have guessed. Because what happened is, because everything had gone wrong, it was like I'd sort of made myself a little bit resilient and sort of built that confidence up. So because I'd built the confidence up and gone, do you know what? I've got to forget about that. And I've got to remember my experiences and move forward. It was like, I now want to do this again and again and again and again. So this is where it all come from. So that's an answer to your question there, Stephen. That's how I overcome public speaking. And it was hard to start with, as I said, the first step is the hardest, but absolutely love it. And it's absolutely brilliant. And you can help so many different people with it as well. So that's exactly that. So you've got on here, Adam's put, sorry to be negative, but battery going on phone, so I'm going to have to love you and leave you. Thank you, guys. Adam, you've been absolutely amazing. You keep doing what you're doing and tell yourself every day how amazing you are. Absolutely brilliant. So take care and I'll speak to you later. Stephen's put, thank you so much, Maxine, for sharing your thoughts with us and how you came to know what Yes You Can inspired to achieve could help to improve your life. Do you know what? I actually put on a post only yesterday, is the things that I've done, and I'm actually going to read it to you, right? And what I've actually achieved, or even my battery's going low on my phone, and what I've actually achieved when it comes down to Yes You Can, and I put it on there. And the reasons why I did that, because I thought, well, it can show other people exactly what I've achieved as well. And I just thought, well, that would be absolutely amazing if I could do that. And just showing people, look, I can't find what I'm looking at now. Right, so this is what I put. I mean, I'm going to read most of it out, but I won't read everything because obviously I don't want to bore you. So with it comes down to, over the last few months, is things that I've learned is on broadcasting, it's helped me with technology, being confident in front of the camera. Every interview I do, I learn something new. Content Tuesday helps me be resourceful, stretches my brain and gives me new ideas. It helps me slow down and listen to other people and also what I'm talking to people, because I talk very fast, so I have to slow myself down. I also, where am I? Healing myself and others, and obviously slowing down when I'm talking. Writing my book has helped me with my dyslexia, helped me to concentrate for longer. It's also healed me in a lot of places. Understanding myself more, appreciate what I have in my life and how it could have been different if I'd have let it. Working in a team again has been since 2012, and it's absolutely amazing. The fact is that it's learnt me to be more patient. It's learnt me to help people. It's learned me to be that I'm not in control of everything that I do. And it's learnt me to chill out a bit. And you know what? And I put that on the post yesterday, and it is exactly that. There is so much that I've learned. But you know what? I didn't realise how much I'd learned until I'd written it all down. And I looked at it and I was like, that's long. That's long, you know. And I was like, wow, I've actually really learned a lot. And that's why I say to you guys, you know, write stuff down. So, you know, that's exactly that. So you've got Roy has put, you're doing an awesome job. Thank you, Roy. I try and do my best, my lovely. I try and give you as much content as I possibly can, but also give you me too. You know, I am me. You know, we're doing things out of this world today, doing something a little bit different. You know, I like to do something different. Nothing, you know, doing all the boring stuff and, you know, just standing there and just, you know, nothing worse than seeing the same thing day in, day out. I love a bit of difference. It's brilliant. So thank you very much for that, Roy. We've got Melina. Hi, Melina. Nice to see you, my lovely. It's great to come on. Look at the replay. So much I've gone through. Global TV. I don't know who that one is, but it makes sense. Whoever that is, if you click on the right-hand side and you'll actually get a little picture. Change the picture yourself. And if you change it to yourself, you can then obviously put in who you are. And you put it from you. Thanks, Breaders. I'd like to say that I've wowed Breaders tonight. Absolutely brilliant. Like to do that. Brady's put, you have moved forward so much and you are the fear fighter. Yes, I am. I am the fear fighter. And I do everything I can to make sure I put that onto other people to help them out and everything they've got as well. Absolutely amazing. Oh, we've got Mr. Brooker here as well. That's all good. Yes, you can inspire people, inspire others, overcome obstacles, and it's about breaking barriers. Do you know what, Stephen? That's exactly that. It is all about, that's about life. That's about inspired to achieve. That is what we are. It's that slogan. You know, we want to, you know, we want to help others. We want to break barriers. We want to do things that other people don't do and never thought of doing, or, you know, don't think they can do. Because you know what, once other people see you do something, they go, do you know what? I can do that too. I can do this. And they have to prove it to themselves they can do it. So that's absolutely brilliant. And Serpa, she's coming in. Thanks, Serpa. Nice to see you, my lovely. And then we've got Robert Brooker as well. Brilliant. Nice to see you over here. And Serpa's gone, hello, my lovely friends. So I'm going to be coming off now, guys. So I've done 50 minutes with you. Now, what I've put on here, love yourself. You are amazing. And you are absolutely amazing, every single one of you. My name's Maxine English. This is Unlocking the Fearless You. It was all about us tonight. It was all about your comments. It was all about, you know, bringing your stories in about what you've gone through, positive and negative. And it's also changing your mindset from a negative to a positive. So I want to say thank you very much for joining. I want to say thank you very much for coming all the way through. If you are on replay, then just hashtag replay, so I know that you're on the replay. And yeah, I mean, like the page, you know, if you like what you see. There's so many of us doing this with all different things. You know, you like what you see, you know, you like what you hear. If you want to be a broadcaster, then come and be one. You know, what's stopping you? You tell me what's stopping you. Exactly, nothing. It's only you that's stopping you. So let's get that out of the way. Go through that, write it all down. what we've been talking about tonight. So guys, I want to say thank you very much. I'm gonna have to love you, leave you all myself now, and I will be back with you on Tuesday. I'm hoping to do Content Tuesday with Chinder again, talking about marriages and relationships, because we got halfway through last week and we just ran out of time. We was up there for a whole hour. It was absolutely amazing. So Roy, that's amazing. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious job. Thank you so much there, Roy. That's brilliant. Loving that. So I want to say thank you very much, guys, and I'm going to leave you all be now. Share as much as you can, because this can help other people too, you know, and come and see me every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. I'm going to be here. So thank you very much, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care, guys. Love you all. Bye.